Hey people, how are you? I'm just hanging out here in my bathroom like a normal person would, sitting on the sink and making a video. It's yucky weather outside, so I didn't want to go out there, of course, and it's noisy in every part of my house. So there's me in the mirror. Hello. Anyway, so I think I'm going on 1 month of being sick, maybe a little bit longer. And some of you have asked, well, what's wrong? What's wrong with you? Why aren't you better yet? So, I don't normally tell people everything that's wrong with me, but I've talked about it before, so I just want to mention again that I have rheumatoid arthritis, which a lot of people, I didn't know what it was. A lot of people assume that when I say rheumatoid arthritis that I'm just talking about being achy and having soreness, stiffness, that kind of thing, which you would expect when you hear the word arthritis, right? That makes sense. But rheumatoid arthritis is actually an autoimmune disease. So that means that my immune system is whacked. It's completely crazy, has a mind of its own. No two people have the same kind of RA. No two people are probably treated the exact same way when it comes down to all the medications that are involved with treating it. Probably more than you need to know or want to know, but it's just a really unique disease. So I've had it for a long time, and up till now it's just been a little bit complicated where I have to take pain medicine and anti-inflammatories, just normal maintenance day-to-day stuff, and do my stretches and yoga or whatever to keep my bones and muscles strong, go on bike rides, walks, that kind of thing. Nothing that's too strenuous on my joints. But this last year, for whatever reason, my immune system and the RA are not cooperating very well. I started a new treatment regimen, which is doing infusions of Remicade every couple months. So it's been working really, really well until just recently. But so right now, what I'm dealing with is messy hair, which I'm about to cut myself. No, really. So I have mono. I had strep throat, which I think is over. And what else? Shingles. So on top of that, of course, those things all together make me very, very tired. And I'm trying not to be grouchy. About once a day, maybe I get really grumpy and just have to lock myself away, like in the bathroom, such as right now. So anyway, what I want to say is a couple things, and it all interestingly has to do with sickness, illness, and that kind of thing, and the way that people interact with me because of it. It's very interesting and wild how many people want to talk about what's wrong with them and that they feel ashamed that there are things wrong with them. And I cannot tell you how much that breaks my heart. For a long time, I was in the same boat where if I would mention I wasn't feeling well or I was having a complication from RA, people would accuse me of being like drama queen-ish or exaggerating or wanting attention, whatever. For real, this really, really happened to me. I even had one doctor who didn't know, and this was before I was diagnosed with RA, requested, because he had done everything he could think of to help me, had me and my husband come into his office and recommended I go see a therapist because of my pain. He said that it was all in my head and I was depressed, and that's why I was coming up with this pain. And he said, oh, I know your pain is very real, but I don't think it has a source other than in your head. I was so furious, but because my husband nudged me a little bit, I was like, all right, well, okay. I went to talk this to this Christian counselor person, and guess what they said to me? They said, well, first of all, you need to memorize one Bible verse a week about being strong. And 2, here's a book that I recommend that is about psychosomatic disorders, and how people can, not intentionally, but they make up pain, or their body triggers areas that, like, for example, one of the stories, horrifying, and I'm sure it's true, but like some women thought, I'm pregnant, and they weren't pregnant. But because they thought it so much, they actually started to look like a pregnant person. So that counseling situation did not go very well because I was not heard. Nobody wanted to listen to me and to my story. So about a year after that, when I was diagnosed with RA, the bad part of me wanted to go to this counselor and the doctor that I had been seeing and just say, duh. But I didn't do that, even though I still want to sometimes. So all that to say, I have been amazed at people that have come forward and said, I have this problem, and people are likening it as to a character problem, that it's from my character issues. That's why I'm sick, or that's why I don't feel well. And it's so sad to me, really heartbreaking, because those kind of comments are what push people further into themselves and further into depression if they're already a little bit depressed or sad about their situation. What about compassion? What about empathy? What about reaching out to one another, and instead of saying, well, here, I have this that you can buy from me for the low price of whatever, because I know the cure for your illness, which that's hard to hear from people. That on top of well, you really need to pray about it because you are having a spiritual problem. And gosh, guys, things aren't easy. Things don't have easy answers. I know I am the first person to want an easy answer or an easy fix to my issues, my problems, even not health related. I want everything better now. And guess what? RA doesn't get better. There's some illnesses, some cancers don't get better, lung disease, whatever. Some things just don't get better. We can improve the quality of our lives, yes. But I'm preaching, I know, I'm sorry, but this is something I feel very, very passionate about. So what if I'm not gonna get better, which, like I said, my situation will improve. But what do we say to those people, that aren't improving? Their health is not improving and continues to fail. People with MS or Parkinson's, that kind of thing. What if you don't have an answer? What if we cannot give them an answer, or give them something that we're selling that we say is going to fix them or help them? What if they're just sick? What if I'm just sick? What do we do then? So I know this is kind of intense, but like I said, it's something I feel very, very passionate about, is just loving people where they are and offering a helping hand in a way that is not going to try to fix the other person. If you're a doctor or a nurse or medical trained professional, of course, offer whatever help or advice you have. But if you're not a chronically ill person, offering your solutions to people that are chronically ill is very difficult to hear. So, and I take it all with a grain of salt. People's hearts are good. People want to help. I have no problem with that. But also, just along with that, know that people that are chronically ill spend most of their time every single day trying to get themselves better, and work with their doctors regularly to talk about these things, and are on a very regimented plan or whatever. So that is my sermon about how to treat a chronically ill person. And again, everybody has been so kind to me, and I appreciate your prayers because it's been a rough couple weeks. And I am really bored, which is again why I'm sitting here talking to my camera. No, I'm not really bored, but I'm starting to get like antsy. So really my hair seems like kind of crazy and I really need a haircut. I honestly, truly am thinking of cutting it tonight, like all of it off. So we'll see. It'll be interesting. Let me know if you dare me. All right, have a good night. Bye.